So I want to do something that I've never done before, and I want to see how much weight I can lose in 5 days. Before I do, I want to show you guys where I'm at. Now, by no means do I think I'm fat or anything, but I definitely feel like I've gained a little bit of fluff over the holiday season. So it's time for me to start this 5-day cut. So this is one of my meals. I'm eating turkey breast, and my bro Alan came over and he actually brought over some of this fire sauce. It's only 5 calories a serving or something crazy. So I'm gonna have that as well. And I guess this is gonna be my life for the next 5 days. So I just finished today's food. It's approximately 2 a.m. I'm just gonna finish up some work, and honestly, I don't feel too bad. I feel like the first day of dieting is not too bad. The only thing I had to do was regulate my hunger. So I did drink a little bit more diet pop. So since it is 0 calories, I am gonna be able to continue to have those to help, keep my stomach full, hit that craving. But yeah, it's been a lot of help. And my last meal was actually shrimp with hot sauce. So hot sauce is a really good way to spice up your food because it is 0 calorie. And my boy Alan came here and he's bodybuilding too. So he brought over a bunch of meal prep. There's some of the leftover shrimp. So it's really good that I'm able to prep with one of my friends that's here for the holidays. And I also appreciate my beautiful lady. She's been helping me meal prep. And Luna, she's just always giving me love. So I'll let you know how I feel tomorrow, and I'll see what my weight is in the morning. Getting old, pulled in with the bro Alan. This is my second day on the diet, and I started to feel it today because I'm getting a little bit hungry. I was down 1.6 pounds, which I'm super happy about. And I just gotta see how I feel. I feel like the biggest thing for me right now is just regulating my hunger. So we're just in the home gym. If you guys see, we got the lat pull down, we got a bench, the bar, pull up. We're doing assisted pull-ups with the band. So I feel like I've dropped a good amount of the bloating, but I feel like in the next 4 days it's gonna make a big difference. So I can't wait to eat dinner, show you guys what I have for my Christmas Eve Christmas celebration. Whew. Just finished 3 days. This is the 4th day of the diet. I started today off with plain Greek yogurt and protein powder. So this is where I'm at right now. I do feel like I'm definitely getting leaner, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I know that I'm flat. Now, a lot of people can mistake being flat with actually getting fatter. But if I were to feed up and fill up my muscles with carbs and fat intake and got a pump, then I would look a lot leaner because I would be able to get a pump. But because I'm flat right now, I am depleted. I've been dieting pretty aggressively these last couple of days. I am flat looking. So once I start eating, I'm gonna look a lot better. So I'm excited to see how the next 2 days go. All right, guys, today is weigh-in day. I did this cut for 5 days. Right now it's 11:09, December 29th, and I'm a little bit tired. I just woke up a little bit late, but it's time to weigh in, see how much weight I lost. So I went into the holidays not in the best shape because I was bulking for 2.5 years. during that time, I also wanted to enjoy myself. So, I went off a little bit more than I should have. So this is why I created this video, because I wanted to lose as much weight as possible in 5 days. So I call this the extreme fat loss diet. And today I wanted to go over the positives, the negatives, and my true thoughts over these 5 days. But before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and comment what you guys think happened in these 5 days. Before we kick things off with my thoughts, I wanted to break down the rules that I used to actually perform this 5-day cut. So the first thing I wanted to do was only try and get in protein-based meals. So I was doing something called the protein modified fast, where I had a variation of what I was going to consume. So I made sure I could eat protein powder, I had my greens, my multivitamins, my creatine, those supplements to ensure I was getting my micronutrients in, because in a caloric deficit, it's gonna be harder to get those in. The second thing is that normally the protein modified fast said there's no cardio or limited workouts, but I wanted to work out normally, and I wanted to do 2 cardio sessions during this process to try and get the most out of these 5 days. So let's jump into this and talk about the positives. So as you guys saw, I went through the 5 days and I weighed in around 195, 196 pounds, and I weighed in at 190 to 190 pounds, and I ended up losing 5 pounds in 5 days. Now, this is really good. I was super happy with the results, where I was able to lose 1 pound a day. It definitely kickstarted my results, and I dropped a lot of fluff, I dropped a lot of bloating, I dropped a lot of fat. But on a negative side, I do feel like there was risk for muscle loss. But I'm gonna flip that into a positive. Since I only did it for 5 days, I can be confident that there was not much lost, and now I'm in a great place to start a regular diet that I can sustain. Which brings me to one of the negatives. These 5 days were super tough, and I wouldn't recommend doing it longer than 5 days because it is hard to adhere to. Is it realistic to get up and have mostly protein throughout the day? So to be more exact, I aim to have 250 grams of protein while minimizing the amount of fat and carbs. The only thing I really added that were beyond protein was I used this low calorie barbecue sauce, and it was 10 calories per 2 tablespoons, as well as using my supplements, which has some carbs as well. And I wanted to make sure that I was realistic, because I didn't want to get up and just have chicken breast every single day. I thought it was a good idea to be able to at least enjoy the diet a little bit, so I ended up having Ghost Protein, which of course I am sponsored by, but I honestly do believe this is the best tasting protein on earth, literally. I've been working out for over 10 years, and every single time I take this protein, I enjoy it so much, whether I'm bulking or cutting, and it's so versatile if I want to use it in foods, different recipes like protein pancakes, that type of thing, but that's for another video. But moving back to the last positive is that I actually saw a massive physique change for only dieting for 5 days. Now, I find this pretty incredible, because when you are looking at your updates week to week, on a normal basis, it's hard to tell. But since I was doing such an extreme diet, I was able to see extreme results, which I feel like can be somewhat realistic if you are doing it for 5 days only. So I want to break down how I truly felt about this diet. I thought it was really fun and motivating to do something brand new. I also was super happy with the results on the scale, and more importantly, my physique. But throughout the process, when I was going to the gym, doing cardio, I felt a little rough. It was a little bit harder to get a pump, which is totally expected, and I was feeling a little lethargic while I was doing cardio. My energy levels were a little bit lower, but you have to give and take. So because I was getting such great results, you're not gonna feel as good. And that's why I only wanted to do it for 5 days, which I am really emphasizing here. At the end of the day, I'm super happy that I did do this diet, and I was able to kickstart my progress by losing 5 pounds in 5 days, by being able to enhance my physique. But in the back of my mind, there is this lingering feeling of knowing that, I could have lost some muscle, which is super hard to gain as a natural athlete, and that could affect me long term. So if I lost 1 pound of muscle, it's gonna be pretty significant, because in my last competition season, my stage weight was only 2.5 pounds difference, and it took me 2 years to gain that amount of muscle. So in the back of my mind, that's gonna be there, although I am super happy with the results. Now, would I recommend it to you? And it really depends. If you don't really care that much that you might lose a pound of muscle and you just wanna get weight off super fast, then I do recommend trying the protein modified fast. You know, do a variation of it that you feel like best suits you. And for me, I feel like, you know, aiming for around 250 grams of protein, because I'm around 190 pounds, and getting trace carbs and fat, you know, drinking like diet pop, you know, still getting in protein powder if you want to, or using low calorie sauces. I think those are great things that you can do to make it a little bit more realistic to follow. Since I'm in a good place now, I am motivated to continue the diet. And I think this was a really good move for me, just to drop a lot of bloating right off the bat. Now, going on the flip side, for people that I don't recommend it to, is people trying to take a very extreme approach, and they have a history of possibly binging or cheating. But I wanted to mitigate that and make it only 5 days versus 7 days. So I think that will be a lot more helpful, because the light at the end of the tunnel, it's a lot sooner than you think. After you get over the first day, which is where you have the most amount of motivation, you only have 4 more days to go. So I do believe that, you know, after you get the first day done, which won't be too hard, the second day done, you only have 3 days left, and you're back to your normal diet. So for competitors trying to optimize their progress, it's not something I recommend. And for people with a history of binging, or have emotional eating, or have any issues following something extreme, which most people probably shouldn't, then I don't want to recommend this diet to you. I just wanted to share my personal experience with this. And you know, I wanted to try something new. It can get kind of boring sometimes, just going through the motions, doing the same thing every day. And you know what? I just wanted to you know, get a little lean for the new year. So with that said, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and you like me trying these experiments, please let me know what you think below. I know that a bunch of people are probably gonna trash me for doing something so extreme, but you know what? I just wanted to do it for fun, and I was able to hit my goal there. So please subscribe, like the video if you liked it, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.